Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 117th edition of Fireport 80. And Fireport 80 is a monthly tech sessions. We conducting it is based on FAYA and with association with nasscom. So, okay, it's a space buzzing with tech enthusiasts who come together to discuss and analyze the latest tech trends in the IT industry. More than just a meetup is a community whether we share, learn, and grow together, fueled by our passion for technology and innovation. So before we get into our main session, let's start it with our latest updates from the tech world. So I invite Michelle to please take it away for the tech bites.
So hey everyone, this time Tech Bytes is a bit short, so let's get started. First, we have a new version control system, which is called Jujutsu. It's not the martial art, but it's called Jujutsu, where it's like a new version control system developed by a person from Google. So there are many features to it, like it's more simpler compared to Git, and there are also more, like there are more features to it. Like example, it automatically do rebasing and also stage your commits. Like there's no staging for it. In Git, you have to stage your files, right? In Jujutsu, you don't have to stage it. Everything what you do is already committed. And here's just a demo video of it. Just a minute. Okay, so this is a video where this guy is showcasing how Jujutsu works. So yeah, so like the video is not working. So I'll just give a brief overview. So if you have already a Git repository initialized, you can just use Jujutsu on top of it. It's not like you cannot use Git. You can just clone some repository and use Jujutsu on top of it. So that's Jujutsu. Next we have is prompt play. So this is a new thing, like a new tool by Cloud. So what this actually does is like before Cloud has a feature where you would write a basic prompt and then it will optimize for you. Now this is in this feature, which was released just yesterday. What it does is like you have actually like a test cases. Like if you type a prompt, it will optimize it and it will literally generate 10 to 15 test cases and you can actually rank them. So this is like test case, result of a test case over here and you can actually give points from it, ranging from 1 to 5 and suggesting it which is good, which is bad. And then again, if you click on another button, it will create a new prompt for you. Now, next is the top three. Next is Fabric. Now, Fabric is a really good open source tool, and actually you can available. It's available in GitHub also. So what it does is actually it's you can run it locally on a system. You can connect use Open API keys or Cloud Anthropic keys, but it works locally on a CLI system. And the cool thing is that you can use other commands on like addition to it. Like you can use YTDLP to install a YouTube video and pass it to Fabric. It will transcribe it and it will give you the most relevant information. So this is a guy, using, Fabric for it. So he's pasting a YouTube video over there, link. So like he pasted the YouTube link over there, and now this generated it transcribed a literally a 2-hour long YouTube video and gave the results over here. Next is we have sodium batteries. Now sodium batteries are pretty new. It's anode free. Lithium batteries were like we have been using lithium battery for since many decades right now. Now, so because we have discussed sodium batteries, now this will raise new, where we can have EVs where which can store large amount of like charge because the sodium is more denser, and this is of it. Yeah, so like it replaces the lithium, and we can have more charging capacity. It really replaces EV and other electronics. Now at last we have No Place, which is like a social media for Gen Z. It's a new social media which released for only for iOS. Now it's similar to MySpace. Now if you don't know what MySpace is, like a social media which is pre-Facebook, and it is a combination of MySpace and Twitter. I mean, that's all for this month's Tech Bites. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Without further ado, let's jump into the main session. Today we have three fantastic speakers here, Mr. Nikhil Chandran, Ms. Neha Mehta, and Mr. Mishaal Wanvari, ready to take over this floor of madness. Nikhil Chandran is the CEO of TILTLABS with over 15 years of experience in software development and project leadership, and he specializes in VR, AR, AI, and IoT. As a thought leader, Nikhil helps businesses and academic institutions integrate these advanced technologies, driving into innovations and delivering powerful solutions to TILTLAB. And second speaker is our Neha Mehta, is the Chief Operating Officer at animationexpress.com, and a member of the Visual Effects Society with over 13 years of experience in animation and visual effect industry. Neha excels in strategic business development, global industry representations, and event management. She has represented her company at major events like MIPCOM and SIGGRAPH Asia, and worked on brand activation for Adobe, Unity, and Autodesk. And not last but not least, Mishaal Wanvari is the Director of Animation Express India Private Limited and Indian Television.com with over 7 years of experience in media and entertainment. Mishaal's expertise includes OTT, automation, animation, gaming, radio, TV, music, and advertising. He is passionate about innovation and the cryptocurrency. So Mishaal connects professional and aspiring talents in the Indian animation industry through events like animations and more summits and ANet awards. So with this note, first I would like to welcome Mr. Nikhil to the floor.
Thank you. I think I can switch to the other mic, right? Yeah. Now it's on, right? Hi. Yeah. I hope you won't get problem. Yes. So today I'm here with a mission of explaining to you about a bigger opportunity that going to come to Kerala. It's already existed. There are a lot of companies available in Kerala who working on Avgc-Xr, and my job is to introduce you this Avgc-Xr. What is this? What are the notable companies? What are the technology we use? What are the opportunities, business opportunities? How you can start your own studios? How you can market? What TILTLABS does and what other companies does, and how what kind of support we are getting from government, and how they are going to expand that support, and how we have to build the next and what next. This is the overall idea behind I'm here. So let me take my slide first. Before that, I would like to play this video. It came out yesterday. Deepu shared with me.
മാതൃകയാകാവുന്ന രൂപത്തിൽ വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇന്ത്യയിലെ ഏറ്റവും ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റാർട്ടപ്പ് എക്കോസിസ്റ്റം കേരളത്തിലാണ്. അങ്ങ്
So
ചോദിച്ച
it's by P. Rajiv. He said about the what are the things happening in AVGC-Xr and what are the companies available in doing massive opportunity and business and everything in Kerala. And he mentioned our name and a lot of other companies which we actively work with. So that's what I want to share. I think some audio problem is there. Can you increase the audio, please? Cool. So able to see the screen, right? Good. So beyond reality, AVGC-Xr in action from Kerala. So do you know what is AVGC-Xr exactly? See, it's a combination of animation, VFX, comics, extended reality, and games. So together we framed a name called AVGC-Xr. And I'm introducing myself, Nikhil, founder and CEO of TILTLABS. I'm founded two companies now. One is TILTLABS, another is TILTEDU. Both are working in AVGC-Xr segment and member of GTEC and CIA and Young Indians. And there's an organization called Psych, which I will talk about later in my slide. And also the governing also MuPlay.gg, which we are very happy to share that we launched last Sunday. Thanks for all the MuLearn team. So animation, VFX, games, comics, and extended reality. So animation, we all grown with, by watching animated cartoons, right? Cartoon Network was one of the favorite channel we will not skip. Nowadays there are a lot of other channels are there, but Cartoon Network was one of the favorite channel we always wanted to watch. And VFX, because of we have a great industry of films, VFX is getting adopted in our industry faster, and most of the big films are VFX heavy now, right? And recently Kalki one. Games, we always wanted to play different type of games. We always want to have a PS in our home. We would like to play it. Nowadays, it's got expanded because of what? Mobile. We can play any sort of games by using the mobile. That much power we have in our mobile devices. So comics, we all grown with the comics, right? We like different Marvel comics, etc. There are the other area where comics are extended, and extended reality. That's a new and emerging technology where you are immersed in different world to undergo different kind of training experiences. Experiences. We could say like that. Extended reality is the umbrella term of AR, VR, and MR, mixed reality. So before going forward, I would like to give you a high-level view of how I landed on this AVGC-Xr ecosystem. So 10 years back, we always wanted to work on something called where we can apply all our passions. We have a passion of creativity, like create something, and we have a passion of bringing technology. So I completed my engineering. I always go and work with industry standard protocols. We started developing applications, lot of tech oriented, but always want to come back to the creative aspects, the games. So we choose games as the ecosystem to start with it. But the dream was to create the $1 million or million downloads games. But we took almost 80 years to achieve that kind of sort by learning the industry, how to create a better game, how to market it, how to sell, or how to bring right user into the table, different techniques. So we approached a data-driven approach to reach a portion of about 1 million downloads in our games. So we have now almost 4 or 5 games, and we reached there by building almost 65 games together. So dream of creating games and reach to a 1 million was our dream when we started. We achieved it, and we also, based on that, thank you, Debu. And we never stopped there. We started adapting new gen technologies like extended realities, virtual production, real-time engines for film and animation, etc. And we formed our company called TILTLABS, That is what all our journey, and now we are giving back to our community by doing a lot of activities like sharing our knowledges, how we made 1 million downloads, how we created it. So all this sort of knowledge we are sharing with our community to build such kind of companies from Kerala, and that's what our dream and motto, to collaborate with new generation or new gen people and share our knowledges and build the ecosystem together. Thank you. If you are anybody who willing to be part of that, you are always welcome to join us. Thank you. So, would like to showcase our demo where what are the things which we build in TILTLABS. High quality visuals for games, models, using Unreal, using Unity, different kind of open source and paid technologies. We work with films for pre-visualization. We work with games for creating, advanced gamification elements. We work with extended immersive experiences to create such sort of experiences. It's getting echo. Yep. Maybe I can use the another mic. Yep. Can you give me the another mic? Now it's audible, right? There is no more echo. So that's it. So you can see the quality of work which we do from Kerala, from ground of creative people. We are bringing this to the world, and we never stopped there. We started integrating technologies like motion capturing, AI, all these things to enhance the visual quality of our output and to give fast iterations. That's what we targeted from the people here by creating talent pools, by bringing a very good talent from abroad or from Bangalore or Hyderabad to here to work with us to deliver this kind of things. So creating talent also was our core motto. So we created another company called Tilt Edu, which helped youngsters to learn from us directly without with the industry pipeline that was missing in our industry, in education systems. So as I told you that we are here to I'm here to talk about Avgc-Xr. I should also tell the people who's contributing this to make this Avgc-Xr ecosystem flourish in Kerala. And I have to bring this companies and people who do fabulous job by their creative or their organizations are doing fabulous job here to bring this Avgc-Xr into this Kerala ecosystem. Meet Jayaguma. Jayaguma is the CEO and founder of Toons Animation, and he is very admirable, and his contribution to this animation industry is fabulous. From Kerala, he created a multi-million-dollar business called Toons Media Group by creating world-class animation and solutions. And you all know Suresh sir. Suresh sir is basically a national award winner and founder of Studio Ishoras, and they have a studio in Thrissur and also Bombay, and they are the people behind Arana, Ketutundu, Arana Puranam and all. So they are very, and he wrote recently a book which is very, very much, like, it's like he mostly walk in the morning and he see around and he draw as a line art, and he published a book, and it is a very wonderful book which we all have to read it, his journey of how he create things. And Ashish Kulkarni ji, he's the founder, and I will tell him that he's the founder of the word Avgc-Xr, because he always bring an umbrella term into the ecosystem by bringing all these animation companies, VFX and game and comics companies, and bring together and put forward. And he's working with our government and all the organization in Kerala to bring the policies and everything in Kerala very strong. And Viren, from Bangalore, he started the Cebu animation in Kerala by only came to Kerala because he find talents in Kerala, because Kerala is a land of good creatives and artists. So he find like he can create his studio here in Kerala by bringing their studio to the ASAP. I think it's in the Kinfra Park, and they have also have an academy called Dancing Academy. So these guys are contributing. Sometimes they are not from Kerala, but they are also bringing their ecosystem to the Kerala. That's what we wanted. So let me show you a couple of their works. So this is the work from Tunes. Can we increase the volume of audio, please? Is it possible? Yeah. So this is their work. If you can see, almost all the characters which we see in the day-to-day life are maybe developed by them or all the part of them. So these works give a feeling like this kind of works can be done in Kerala as well. They have a very good studio at Nila and also expanded in different countries. But most of the works happening in Nila, that's what I believe. So this is what their quality of work coming from Kerala out. Hmm. It's a new term for entire community that work together in the animation, VFX, comics, and extended reality and games. That's it. Yeah, fine. Fine.
എല്ലാ ആഴ്ചയിലും പുള്ളി സിനിമയ്ക്ക് പോകും. പിള്ളേരോടൊക്കെ നുണ പറഞ്ഞ്
Okay.
പുള്ളി
No.
ഓടിപ്പോകും. ഈ സിനിമയുടെ കഥകളും നാടൻ കഥകളും ഒക്കെ മിക്സപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ടും പുള്ളിയുടെ തനതായിട്ടുള്ള കുറെ
It's okay if it's
കൂട്ടിയിട്ടാണ് പുള്ളി കഥകൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നത്. സംസാരം വളരെ ഇഷ്ടമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരാളാണ്. ഒരുപാട്
so
മിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് മത്സ്യവ്യക്തികളും
so this
എല്ലാം കൂട്ടി
see the
കൂട്ടിയാണ് പുള്ളി
artwork and the
സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്.
creative
എപ്പോഴും
and the
ആളുകളോടൊക്കെ
concept and
ഔട്ട്ഗോയിങ് ആയിട്ട്
this all
സംസാരിക്കാൻ.
are blasting the internet.
അതുകൊണ്ട്
That's
തന്നെ
what's happening.
സബ്ജക്ട്സും ഒരുപാടുണ്ട് പുള്ളിയുടെ കയ്യിൽ ഇറക്കാനായിട്ട്.
So Cebu Animation, they're the biggest company and they have very good studios out Kerala, but they started to Kerala to create their new studio which can bring more creative work from Kerala as well. See their quality of work, and they say that they have a lot of people from Kerala working for them in their applications and simulations and games and animations. Apart from that, I don't need to explain what is VFX and all. There are a lot of prominent company like Egg White, Coconut Bunch and Mindstain who create very good VFX from Kerala, and they are all prominent and well known in the industry. So I don't need to show a VFX breakdown here to show what is VFX exactly. I think you guys all know. But I need to show you the gaming company from Kerala, because most of the things people will say that Kerala people can't do any AAA quality game, or Kerala people can't bring a very good game from out. Whenever we go, we see that, we hear that, and we feel like we have such a nice game out from. Meet Benzan Studio. The founder's name is Mukesh, and who have very good creative and upcoming game. See the quality of game coming, and they create a pan-Indian filmy game ecosystem so that they address the Indian market as well as the people who wanted to invest in the Indian genres. So they have a character called Monk, and that Monk will have different have a they have a he have a ambition to act across. That was the overall theme. So these guys built this game. I think they are building it now, and with almost 8-member team out. I mean 8 or 10-member team out in Kochi, and they are doing a fabulous job out there. Also, they have different applications called Snack AR, and they also publish almost 25 games out there from Kerala, from Kochi. So that is what the applications are happening here. So, will you believe there is a AAA game, PC game coming out from Trivandrum, and these guys are building the game for the world, and they also get funded from different venture capital in India to there. This meet Nurian Games from Trivandrum. They have an office there. They are almost a 15-member company, I guess. They build a dinosaur game from Kerala, and by using Kerala talent, also bringing talent from abroad as well. So their mission is to bring in the Q4, the game is going to release. It's a AAA quality game with, and they are India of course, but they wanted to bring a AAA quality game, but they are success in raising funding, and they are almost there to get into launch in Q4, and give them a very big clap because this is happening in Trivandrum, the high quality PC games. And the founder name is Jobin. Hope he will be here soon. So the main motto behind is like introducing these kind of companies across Kerala who do this. And me Tutti Frutti, this company is very much you should observe, and these guys, they create a game and now it's available in Nintendo Switch console. It's also from Kerala. Are you aware about these companies? No, right? So these are all hidden gems in Kerala doing very well and releasing games like this for PCs, consoles, mobiles, and all, and getting into already success or getting into success stories. And comics. How many of you know this comics? How is the art? Amazing, right? And Deepak and Manu, they both are well, blessed with creatives. Their artwork is so awesome, and this is done in Trivandrum. So another hidden gem. When I first meet them and I gone through their articles and their works, I got mind blowing. What is this happening? Where was these guys? And why these guys are not coming out from Kerala? What was the problem with that? Why they are not publicizing, celebrated? When some magazine out from north or from the other part of the world, we all celebrate. So Marvel comic is coming out, the game, that game is going to coming out, etc. Then why not we are not celebrating Kerala thing? Because they are not getting visibilities. They may be successful, but they are not visible. They are successful because of the internet, but they are not visible. That's what we have to do. We have to tell that all these wonderful things happening in our wonderful cities and state because of our cultural heritage. Now let's talk about some extended reality. Of course, this is TILTLABS work, and we contribute a lot of XR technologies to the workforce training. Apart from gaming division, we have one more division called extended reality. So we create extended reality technologies to different workforce like oil and gas, aviation, defense, lot of things. Initial days we used to create simple gamified solutions, but now with the power of AI, we are creating advanced training modules for ground staff training to reduce the cost of training as well as improve the efficiency. And by this learning management system and the power of APIs, we can assess the the people who undergo training and also give them feedbacks in real time by advanced trained AI models. Think about these kind of solutions also building in Kerala, in front Trivandrum, the Techno Park. Let me show you another example there. What was the biggest problem in Trivandrum now? Or most of the cities? The smart city adaptation, right? But it's a good thing to have. But what's stuck is like people start digging the pipelines and everything, and people don't know where they lied exactly the pipeline. So underwater or underground utility detection is another big opportunity that TILTLABS have bring to the table, where governments and decision makers could adapt AR technology, geospatial intelligence, and geotagging to understand where the pipelines are laid and detected and avoid destruction and avoid destroy while they are digging again and again. So possibility of 3D, extended reality, game technology, and geo tagging and intelligence. So concepts are numerous. Technology has a lot of things. Lot of things happening from Technopark and all from the Kerala in this kind of a area, Avgc-Xr area. And I want to showcase another. So how many of you like esports? Who all will watch esports? And do you know that there is a company doing very well called FAYA is conducting program from Kerala. These guys doing esports and they are bringing advanced events from Kerala and doing programs in all the festivals. How many of us know about these companies? They are doing IPL kind of a model. They are doing a lot of events in schools, colleges to bring the e-sport.
Is where the legends are born and the champions uncovered.
So thing now, we have animation companies which already established or upcoming companies. We have uh, gaming companies. We have comics. We have VFX companies. We have extended reality companies out there. Now what we have to do is like we have to bring more talents. We have to bring more companies, more startups out there from this journal. And for that, we need to do multiple things. We have to take care of the community activity. Thanks to MuLearn, they are doing fantastic and they are now launching muplay.gg. I will explain to you later what is muplay.gg. Now, and government should support with policies. Now, congratulations to all of us and all the founders. We have an AVGC-Xr policy in place. Thanks to Startup Mission, Ashish Kulkarni, Toons, Psych, all the people who work behind it, the policies to bring in. And I think it's under guideline. Government already announced it. Final, it's in the guideline model. So once that done, youngsters who want to build their own games could able to get grants, support, and all other things. But is that enough? No. They will build the game, but we have to tell them how to market it. We have to create markets. We have to share our knowledges. That is another thing we have to do. So also in our curriculums, right? Do you think like our curriculums are apt enough to adapt these kind of AVGC-Xr things? Right? We have to work with industry. I have to work with, and we have to work with the universities and KTUs and all to bring enhance the curriculum, add Blender, add Unity or Godot or gaming programming, game designing or extended reality or animation, etc. into this curriculum so that young generation should understand not only IT, there is another area of job opportunities that Indian government said we need 10 lakhs job opening in India in next 5 years in this AVGC-Xr segment. There are a couple of reports on for that. And advanced education institution, expert mentors, that's what we say is that we are here because we able to create a level of standards in our businesses. So we are here to there to mentor anybody who want to come forward. And vibrant community, again thanks to Muplay, and high quality production studios and rendering farms so that VFX, games, and animation are intensely heavy. Now, what we do, we approach foreign companies or companies in north to get the renderings ready. It will take enough time. So, how we can bring the rendering farms in Kerala so that our efficiency will be much better. So there are certain things I would like to discuss, but as I was part of the AVG-Xr policies when it was created. So competency ecosystem development, strategy, vision and qualified goals, infrastructure and technology focus, incentive supports and mechanism, and inclusive growth and skill development. All this area we should cover jointly as a community from the government and the industry so that this AVGC-Xr segment will grow in next 5 to 10 years in the next level. I have some extra information out there, like, but there will be founders or youngsters who want to start their own game, or they want to start on their own animation company, or they want to do their own VFX or extended reality. How they can do it? That is the one big question we have to answer or we have to help. Is there a Unity and a laptop is enough for building your game? If you ask me, yes, that is enough. Or you don't have money to pay and you want to create an AAA quality game and you don't have money to pay for a paid engine. Is it possible to create such engines? And there are opportunity in Unreal Engine. There are free engines called Godot, where you can adapt that and learn yourself. So let's talk about my expertise building a gaming company. So when I started, I couldn't find a proper artwork guy in Kerala because 10 years back, most of the guys after learning game design or game or art, they'll go to Bangalore or Hyderabad or Mumbai or Pune to get the job. So I have to give them extra incentives to bring to Kerala and start building the team. So no, it's not the case now. There are a lot of people available out there to create 3D models using Blender. And even if your games need a 3D model or a 2D art, you can buy online with different sources. So that could be the first source to create your playtest or play games. So you can use Unity tools, you can use Godot or your Unreal Engine to create the game you want to create. And the approach of the game development should be like, it should be always iterative. Like you have to build your game, you have to build your game loop, you have to build your core loop correctly, you have to make sure customer retention is correct. So previously it was like, I like a game and I want to build it, I just build it. But end of the day, that game may not be succeed enough, right? In this era, everything is in a data driven model. What do you mean by data driven model? Even animation also is a data driven, because most of the revenue is coming from where? YouTube, right? So you can create an animation by using Blender or 3DX, Maya, or different kind of open source tool. But how, and you can create a creativity and that could be out there in the YouTube and you may get some views and all. But end of the day, as a founder, how you sell your creative or artwork or animation or VFX. So VFX or extended reality is kind of a service segment. Extended reality can have a product, but VFX is more adapted by who? The film ecosystem, right? And but the games and the animations are now in data driven model. What you mean by data driven? When you build a game, first what you will do, you create a gameplay and group and everything, and you ask your common companies to test it, right? You play and test it, and you will be having an alpha version. In this alpha version, you have certain criteria to meet. You have KPIs to make. If your KPI is ready, you will have your own publishers. So there are a lot of publishers out there, and they can help you to reach your game to the next level. So that is what one approach we can take. Another approach is like iterative model. Test it, play test it, and you know, look for the KPIs, look for the day 1 retention, day 7 retention, and day 30 retention, and publish it. And how you make money? There are different models. One, it could be a freemium model where you can have in-app purchases. Second should be like premium. Your game should be premium. Nurian game is premium. They just sell using Steam, Play Store, or App Store, or etc. Or you can become a combination of just use an ad, so you generate a lot of revenue out there. That is another big model where you have publishing. For animation, also the same channel comes into the table. Like you can approach different animation market channels, OTTs, Netflix. All these guys can make your dream come true by creating episodes or trials and extend, and we can generate funds out of that and start publishing your things. But you need to go to markets. There are different markets out there for animation and for games and all. For animation, there is one called MIPCOM for kids animation and all. You should go there. For games, there could be IGDC for in India and GDC from globally, Game Developer Conference everywhere. November it will happen. You can go and pitch your games and you will get the reward out of that. So game markets, premium and freemium models, and game mechanics, and designing and defining the KPIs with the help of publishers. These days, game revenue making is become much more easier, but achieving the KPI is difficult comparative to what you are planning to do and the journey you choose. That is the one way I would like to share it. From an animation industry perspective, there are a lot of things you have to take care, like production, pre-production and all. So you need right talent to do and right episodes, and you have to define how much minutes of your movie is going to be out and what kind of things should be there. So in detail, I can't tell you in detail in short period of time, but happy to collaborate and discuss with you in more in the insight. So another opportunity is like using social medias, people are getting using social media to buy users. It's called CPI, cost per installation, and cost per installation is the biggest model where you you invest some money on games and show as ad to in top of other games, and the social media will show while using you are scrolling. I think most of you guys experience that some games will pop up while you are scrolling, right? So in that scrolling time, you will see a game, and if you like it, you will purchase it. So to show that particular ad, they will collect some fee from us as a developer. We'll say that we will give you 0.5 cents or 0.2 cents to show this ad to most people who are willing to purchase this or install this game. So social media is heavily used across this gaming and every industry to bring user into that and retain them across the platform. So that is a good option to have it. So CPI is a term which you have to check it when you design your game. Based on that KPIs, you can define where your game can be go up. So other opportunities which come across in Avgc-Xr is called virtual production. Have you heard about Unreal Engine? So Unreal Engine is a tool which have multiple opportunity to build. Like you can create animation, you can create real-time application, you can create XR. Also you can use for film and media, right? How you can use that film and media is like you can place a people in front of a LED wall. You can shoot animation, real film by mocking the virtual environment, or you can create mocap systems and create high quality visuals and VFX by using virtual production. Another one is like education in gamings, where you can create edutech using AR VR, and that will have biggest possibilities of opportunities in AR VR. And immersive tourism. Now I see a ad last week where the temples are converting into virtual reality, where people are worshipping inside in virtual reality. That's the biggest market that open up by because of the virtual reality. And but we can create, there is a technology called capturing 360-degree videos with high depth and stereoscopic and put in the VR headset. So that will help you guys to feel exactly where you are in Munnar, Ooty, or Kodaikanal, or some place, etc. So that is a immersive tourism is going to be big. Is like if Santosh George Kolangana sir have taken a 360-degree camera along with him, he might be the biggest asset holder in this whole world, right? He have only 2D, but if he have a 3D camera at that point of time, how the immersive would be. And medical animation is another biggest opportunity by the reports, where 301.64 million dollars projects in medical and animation markets. And because patient education, patient training, and all are biggest opportunity out there in this AVGC-XR industry. Previously, you always see animated content. Nowadays, you can create interactive application out there by using the game tech as well. That is the outcome which we came across in the AVGC-XR. So some data-driven approach to give you a landscape. The mobile gaming industry is growing, also the esports. So Indian game market is projected to be reached 8.6 billion by 2020 by KPMG. So as a founder or startup, or those who are going to start companies, think about whether you want to create your own venture out AVGC-XR. The number of gamers in India is expected to be 657 million by 2025. These are all reports out there, you can check. That Indian game industry is going to be at 27, expected to be 8.6 billion, almost similar. And always esports industry. Raise your hand who wanted willing to play games like esports, who is very interested to play games. Yes. So esports is going to be a next big career for all the people who are willing to start their next career. You don't need to be a game developer. You can be a game player and make a career out of it. That is all about esports. So you don't only need to be focused on the games, but if you have willing to create animations, YouTube itself going to be a biggest opportunity for you by publishing your content in YouTube or such kind of OTT platforms. So creating kids content creating teenage contents or creating the high graphics content, all have opportunities coming up because of the channel YouTube. So you can create such kind of animations and visuals to promote yourself. So as I said, the esports is going to be a big one. It's going to be $800 billion game views and 90 million hours of live stream content and 23 million upload in 2025. So it's going to be increase. There are going to be federations. There are going to be even Olympics introduce esports now. So there is a good opportunity where you can jump into esports career and become a player and build a career out of it. So these are a couple of numbers where help you guys to understand the opportunities in AVGC-Xr segment. So I just wanted to show you another example where even if you don't have a VFX system into place, you can always create a pre-visualization opportunities there. So we created this pre-visualization in Unreal Engine where help films to create or pre-visualize their script before converting to an actual film. Thus, they can save time, cost, also redefine if they are going to make any mistakes. These kind of pre-visualizations are heavily adopted, and nowadays directors and producers are opting in to create pre-visualization things. This is an art application, animation video we created in Unreal Engine in Unreal Short Festival. We got mentioned in there. So this short help us to showcase our skill set in different, like you can see a dust and desert effect, and you can see the 3D modeling and some Indian themed characters, all this together. So by using those real-time technologies, we are able to visualize the concepts not only in gaming but also in the animations. So you don't need to follow the traditional Maya pipeline or a Blender pipeline which take lot of time to render. Now you can use hundreds of visuals in very low cost and very faster and very high iterative manner. So, ARM is the Ajay Randam Mostam, this upcoming movie. So, TILTLABS work in that. So, you can see the real footage, there is a blur in that, and the previous footage out there. This is only possible because of the gaming technology out there in the Unreal Engine. So, people who is good at pre-visualization of script, they don't need to do the storyboard normally. They can come to this gaming technologies and create the pre-visualization as fast as possible. So these are all because of the advanced tech out there in this AVGC industry to adapt new growth out there. Let me talk about one more concept of organization called Psych. Psych is the Society of AVGC Institution in Kerala. This is founded almost 5 years back. There are a lot of organizations out there, like for Telangana, there is Image and Vegas for Tamil Nadu and all. Similarly, with all the AVGC companies out there, we started this Psych association to help AVGC company and work together to create better things. We go to events, we go to governments, we talk to people, and we talk to education institution to build these curriculums and all the other manner to bring this AVGC-Xr thing into the Kerala ground in better way.
Apart from
so Psych role in this AVGC-Xr is like promote technical and technology advancement, like bringing new gen technology rather than using the old pipeline. Networking and opportunities, advisory and representation, like we help or we plan collaborate with government to bring this AVGC policies, and funding and investment supports and community building and outreach. So community building, like we want to bring the 3D or gamers or animators together so that if they have any problem together, we face it and we solve it. Like say you build a game, you don't know how to market it, you can advise because we already did something like that. So all the common people will come together to form and help each other. So that's what Psych always do. So along with Psych, there are the Newlearn is there to build the community out there in this AVGC-Xr. We formed Mew Comics, we formed Mewplay.gg for gaming community and esports. All this helped them to innovate and collaborate together from the community level, from students or enterprise or industry academic collaboration. So Mewplay is this formed inside Newlearn to help gamers, esports, game developers, and game community to bring them together and help each other to play test, to develop game together, to publish, to support each other, or doing esports or building esports talents. So last Sunday we launched Mewplay, and we have a lot of plans. We have initiated a lot of activities out there. So these are the couple of tools that we use in our industry, like for 3D modeling, game engines, animation software for VR and AR. And now with the help of Apple Vision Pro, we bring into spatial computing area also by using advanced AI and Vision Pro technologies. So these tools and technology, by learning, you can start building your own projects. So what need from now, with the help of all your guys, we need a center of excellency, AVGC-Xr parks, and hub and spoke labs, talent pools, and export oriented projects, so that this AVGC-Xr community become from now from Kerala, and we create a lot of job opportunity out there. So another big one I want to talk to is, like, wherever you go, if you go to Technicolor, you go to any famous animation studios, Disney or DreamWorks or everything, you see a Kerala based guy who will be the head of the studio, or who will doing lot of amazing work out there. We need to bring them back. We need to bring and create their own animation and games and extras from Kerala, so that we use of rich culture to show to the world that we have, like manga in Japanese, the anime. They show so if you go to North America or America, they know what is Japanese culture, right? They know what is Turkish culture, but they don't know about Indian or other cultures, right? So we have to build games and all the simulations and all the experience to tell them that, hey, we have a wide of variety of cultures and everything to be shown to the world. So So all of summary, I would like to say, by introducing this AVGC-Xr here, is like how we can create most talented pool like IT. Like Kerala is known for its IT and IT culture, right? How we can also bring this AVGC-Xr also into the table, and Kerala is known for the AVGC-Xr thing. And how we can grow rapidly, how we collaborate and bring talent development and technology innovation and community collaboration with different organization body, and bring awesome community out there. So that is all about us. And I would like to give little bit of tech out there. Normally FAYA always talk about some kind of tech, right? So before concluding my presentation, I would like to take 15 minutes from you to show other technology which we work on this AVGC-Xr side. Shall I? So you know these guys, Wonderla? How many of you been there? Almost everybody, right? So this is a problem which we solve using tech and art. Can you guess what these guys are doing? They are in a roller coaster. It's a physical one, and they are wearing a Oculus Quest 2, but they are seeing different environment, right? So normally they will see this buildings and everything which is not that fancy, but by bringing this virtual reality into that, they get a physical as well as virtual feeling of a fantasy world. That's what the power of animation, visuals, tech, and extended reality. So that is why how we create or combine tech and art together to form amazing applications. Did you got it? So let me show you another breakdown. So this was done in Unreal Engine. And we have used some models. Can you relate it? Now, so that's TILTLABS work. Now let's talk about spatial computing and AI. I have Apple Vision Pro demo there. So do you know what is spatial computing? Anybody? So spatial computing is a combination of augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, 3D mapping, geospatial technologies, sensors, human interactions and all. So like for fantasy one, there are a lot of tongues, right? So let's see. Geospatial plus AR. Change your cities to a prehistoric time by using your mobile camera, geotagging, and 3D models. So think about we recreate Padmanabha Swami Kshetram, that Idavadi and all by pointing your camera. Bring our nostalgia back by augmentation. So you can also ideate. There are a lot of possibilities. So how many of you are interested in drones? Say what can be done with drones? Photos, videos, and mapping. Mapping is the biggest use case of drones. How you create a map out of by drones? By using the capturing technology, right? The photogrammetry or NERF or 3G Gaussian splatter. So by using this map, what do you guys do? One, planning, surveying, a lot of other stuff, right? So let's see how you can recreate a digital factory by point cloud, drones, terrestrial scanning, and by using virtual reality, we can create factory-based training of digital twins of factories. Like here, we have created an entire factory in Unity, and that factory informations are fed it out it, and we connected with IoT sensors, so that become a real-time interaction. So you can avoid a lot of problems by putting unexperienced people into this by just giving them the virtual training out of there. One. Second, you don't need to stop your operations if any people are coming out, like your demo or visitors are coming out. So digital twins of factories is the biggest operations when we use drones and geospatial. But apart from that, cities, planning of your cities by using your drones, your maps, and your AI is going to be the biggest next opportunity for us. There is a concept called 15 minutes livable cities. Have you heard about it? Like from your location, you can travel by walking or cycling. You can get each and everything: hospitals, medicine, foods, vegetables, and everything. If that is in place, that is called livable cities. So how you can plan your livable cities in Trivandrum? So if you have your scan 3D model of your Trivandrum, before doing next constructions, you can plan that this road or pipeline should not come here, it should go there. And we should put hospitals and pharmas in this location, not out there. So your cities become more clean and neat and accessible. Avoid traffics. You can plot last 1 year traffic out there and understand what is the pattern, when I should drive out the traffic, rather than simply diverting the traffic and causing more traffic jams. So planning this kind of cities using 3D, augmented reality, geospatial intelligence, and AI. That is what TILTLAB does now, mostly. Let me show you a information another time. So suppose I don't think like our decision makers are bad or our politicians are bad. They are very good in decision making and they're very good in planning. That's why they are there. But they are lacking informations, right? If we fed proper informations to them in the right time, will they able to take right decisions? Yes. If they don't have a decision like traffic data of that particular junction, in that time they will say that okay, they put that thing there and they will end up the story. But if we fed with right information, that will help them to take decisions. So suppose our chief minister or our decision makers put the goggles and from the 15th floor and they see out there and define there we should put something else. That should be the world that we are going to see in next gen. That should be the world we are going to live in. So that is how the next generation decision makers are going to take decisions. So let me show you a simple example of a livable city. So this is a Seattle information. We use Google Earth and CCM and Tails to plot livability data into it and showing what happening in the city, when is happening, how is happening, so that decision makers can talk to the 3D model, like they can gen AI, like what happened with Google last week. They just released another information like they are going to integrate gen AI in the Google Map. Like ask the map also integrate private data of government to make decisions. So that is what the next generation cities and 3D. So that's all about us. But before ending it, I would like to show a Apple Vision Pro demo how decisions are made using this 3D and the Vision Pro in next generation decision making in geospatial intelligence. I invite my co-founder Rafi where to show the demo. Aglish, can you switch to Apple TV? 2 minutes. So we will show you the Apple Vision Pro demo, how it should be look like. to create interactive applications. Any doubts? Cool. Thank you, Rafi. So that's now I open for questions, but we have two more speakers. I'm here around how finally we can have a discussion on all the topics. I, you can connect to the application. You can connect to the application.
Great presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Over to other speaker.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. That was a fantastic session on everything on AVGC-XR and what opportunities are there present. I really love the part where there's a big scope on data centers because India has a lot of open space, and if a lot of rendering is possible here. So if we can use the open space for rendering opportunities, it can monetize a lot. So, so just to introduce ourselves a bit, my name is Mishaal Wanvari. This is Neha. We work at a company called Animation Express. It's the largest AVGC-XR news portal in India and the third largest in the world. We are around 20 years old, and we are working with most of the studios and broadcasters in India. So, this is just a bit about us, that, how we are trying to communicate information regarding the AVGC-XR industry to the world, promoting each and every company and what they're doing, their IPs, their stories, their technology, letting the industry be aware of it so there could be opportunities for everyone. This is a bit about our reach. We have around 500,000 unique visitors and 2.5 million page views. And, this is our goal, to make sure that there's wide scale industry coverage and everybody keeps reaching out. So just,
I'll just step in. As Nikhil said that, we have got everything in Trivandrum, animation, VFX, gaming, XR, comics, everything. Now what? How do we scale it up? How do we promote it? That's where we come into the picture. So you guys have everything where you guys are building. You've got creativity, you've got technology, everything. But, it needs a proper platform where you can market it, where you can reach out, where you can connect to other people as well. So that's where Animation Express comes into picture. We are a 20-year-old company, and we cover animation, VFX, gaming, comics, pan-India and globally. Whatever, you tell us which studio is doing what, you can come on Animation Express, read what is happening. Same way in VFX, which studio is worked on, which movie, which game is any studio is working on, it's all covered on day-to-day basis on Animation Express. So this is how we actually act as an aggregator to connect the entire community together. So, we started with covering stories, articles on Animation Express initially, and now we are 360-degree service, where We do media partnerships with a lot of Indian and international events. This is how we help the community to develop, where you meet a lot of other aggregators, other content creators, and you can work together. So this is, we do media partnership, we cover news globally, where we do, what's happening in US market or UK market, or what incentives are provided when you do a lot of co-production or service work. So we cover that as well. We do a lot of consultancy for studios who would want to know, what content to be developed, or maybe a broadcaster who would want to buy a content. For example, you produce something and they are looking for something, so you can come to us. We'll help in the consultation. We also do syndication and distribution. Online promotion is that we excel into. Events and activation, since now we are so well connected to this industry, we make sure that we do events that connects this industry. So we do events for only animation, only VFX, only gaming, only comics and technology. So there you get to meet all the studios, broadcasters, OTD, new technology that is coming at one platform. So these, every 3 months we do one event. We do a lot of localization of event. For example, recently we are localizing some Hindi episodes for Garfield, episodes that are launching in India. And we also work with a lot of tech companies. Tech companies in the sense, when Unity wanted to launch in India, when Unreal wanted to launch in India, we help them connect to a lot of studios. So that's how this is our worldwide reach. We are very strong in India, then we are second in US, UK, Canada, Japan, and then Europe. So we also are very strong in terms of city-wise. Our maximum readership is from Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Delhi, Bhubaneswar, Cochin and Trivandrum is also there, and then we've got Delhi, Ahmedabad, Chennai.
So just to add, Kochi and Trivandrum have doubled. They used to be 3.5%. So in the last 2-3 years, the AVGC-XR industry in Kerala has really boomed, picked up.
Yeah, there are more creators that have come in, more studios that have come in, so that is why it's doubled up. Now, this is the chart what Animation Express database consists of. So, since we cover AVGC-XR, everything, we've got all the creators, we've got the studio head, the artists, the designers, the compositors, the previous. So, you can find everybody covered here on Animation Express.
And these are the roles that you can also look at when you're starting a company in this, to understand who you need to hire or who you want to become as a professional.
And what opportunities you can have for your kids in terms of, if he's an animator, he can also work for a gaming company in terms of character designing and all that. So there are various, this is all interconnected. So this is the, the chart that Animation Express follows for its database. So we do a lot of media partnerships, as I mentioned. These are some of Indian, where we connect, international, where we've got ATF Singapore. So these are all events that happen every year, where you can travel, you can meet people, you can collaborate. So this is on, some of them are on animation. SIGGRAPH is there, MIP TV is B2B. Kid Screen is on animation. Annecy is on the creative side. Filmat on Gamescom is there. So these are some of the media partnerships that we do. Nationalist, Graphics, India Joy, Fiki, some of them. Nikhil was also a speaker in some of them. So yeah, these are media partnerships that we cover. Yeah. So yeah, Mishaal will take you through the stats to explain you what and how the AVGC industry is all about in terms of numbers.
Great. So, we can start with the gaming industry because it's a bit exciting space. And, we have some numbers which we have taken, that we're expecting the Indian gaming space to reach around 231 billion rupees by 2025. There has been a big growth, especially with internet penetration. We had around 750 million internet users, or 800 million. And in total, India has around 1.4 billion people plus. We have a big space to go. And what we're also seeing is that people are willing to spend, unlike before. So your gaming revenue can also increase soon. So if you're making a game, you have a good chance to monetize it better with transaction-based revenue or even advertising-based revenue. We are seeing a spike. There are good partnerships possible. So as you can see in India, right now we have around 550 million gamers, which is just behind China. We are a country rich with gamers, and there are a lot of potentials there. Uh, Among the 550 million gamers, avid gamer would be who spends 20 minutes more on a game. We have around 80 to 100 million people in that, which is again a good space to monetize better. If you're making a game, or it can be a casual game, it can be a console game. Console game has a lesser reach in India. It would be, I would say, around 500,000. That's it. But console is looking at growing. When I'm saying console, I'm saying PlayStation and Xbox. So if you're looking at that side, there's a big scope because PlayStation is giving good grants. There are more than 20 studios have gotten more than $1.5 million dollars in grants on making a PlayStation or Xbox game. So it's a good scope for consoles game here. Esports has seen a bit on a consolidation over the last 2 years because we saw a good spike, but we do have a good. India has one of the largest number of esports players. Again behind just China, we have 1 million esports players. 10% of them being women, but we could see a big scope because YouTube has been a key driver of the space. Even with the OTT platforms of gaming like Loco or Router, YouTube is still completely the leader in the space. They have more than 90% penetration for gaming content. We are seeing a big chunk of the gaming monetization going to influencers. So if while developing a game, if you're working with gaming content creators or esports content creators, brands are going, berserk partnering with them, whether it's your FMCG brand, your Intel, Asus, all of them are very interested. Esports is getting a recognition now with Asian Games and South Asian Games, already part of it. Olympics is evaluating it. Like I said, console games, there's a good scope. We'll see around 100 Indian games in the next 3 years. A lot of grants have been given already by Xbox and PlayStation. We are seeing a good chunk of PC games also coming. So, we are making AAA games, not just casual games, but casual games is still leading it with majority of the gaming industry being that. We also have skill-based game, that is your RMG, but that has seen a plunge after the GST. But overall, we are seeing a good growth in gaming purely because of the internet penetration that's happening. Just a bit on the animation, VFX, and post-production, what is happening. Again, last year was a okay consolidation year for the industry with dip in projects because of the US strike. But the strike is gone. We are coming back. We're seeing an exciting year. We are seeing the animation, VFX, post-production, creative industry touching $5 billion, which will be one of the biggest sectors in the media and entertainment. Just 20 years ago when we started, there were barely 10, 15 studios. Now there are more than 1,800 studios which are working on domestic or international. Because India is lucky to be so multilingual. We have Malayalam movies, we have Telugu movies, Kannada movies, and we have VFX and post-production studios in each of the states. So there's a good scope of work coming just from domestic side. The international work is coming. We are seeing countries like Canada and Japan also now looking at outsourcing work to India. So if we are a VFX or post-production studios, I would keep a strong target for Japan this year, working with Japanese companies to get their projects because they're evaluating outsourcing to other countries. And if you obviously have a IP, again, good places to partner would be Malaysia and Japan because they're looking for co-production. So there are some good stats that we can see at. Broadcasters in India are looking at Indian IPs again compared to previous years. Sony Ye has 7 Indian IPs launched this year. And similarly, Cartoon Network and Pogo have around 3-4 IPs. In total, we'll see around 20 Indian IPs coming in a big way. VFX and post-production is going to get more and more investment, as we just saw the news 3-4 days ago, where DNEC got $200 million in investment, valuing them over $2 billion. That's a good sign for the overall VFX and post-production industry, because once it's, what's the saying is, once it rains, it pours. We'll see other studios getting the same potential investments. AI has been, been a big game changer in this space for animation, VFX, and post-production by reducing time, efforts for the pipeline management and processing speeds for the projects. There are some elements like graphic and images which are getting automated through generative AI, which could help the space further. Obviously, there are downsides to AI, but that will go into a different entirely argument. So the Indian film industry is also looking a bit better now. We just had Kalki release, and it was a big box office success. It's going to cross 1,000 crores today, which is, a big deal just in 2 weeks. So, what that shows is that once a film invests in VFX and post-production, what magic it can happen. So with that, we are seeing more investment coming into VFX from cinema, and that's a good hope for the industry. So a bit stat. So, previously I mentioned localization is very important. Now imagine if you release a game. If you just release it in Hindi, you're just reaching to the 250 million diaspora of the audience. We have 200 million people who prefer English. So when you launch a game or animation series on YouTube, you have to localize it, or else you're missing a big chunk of the audience. You have Hindi 254 million internet users, Tamil 40 million, you have Malayalam 22 million, Kannada. So, these are key languages you should localize on and to help grow. And this is still growing. Like I said, India has a population of 1.5 billion, and this is just 750 million, which is reached internet. We have a big scope to reach. So, try localizing your animation or game to get a better penetration and more monetization from the industry. So this is a bit of television data that we have put together, because for animation companies, there's a good chance to distribute your content via cable and satellite, or even connected TVs. So, since we have around 220 million TV homes, we can use this to distribute your content. Now, imagine you have an animation video, you have created animation series, or you have a lot of animation content. You can't just sell it to a broadcaster or OTT platform. You can actually monetize it by partnering with your cable operator. Imagine the local cable operator who provides you content. He has 1 lakh subscribers. You can go to him, tell him that we can co-create a channel. Let's price it at 5 rupees. We can do a revenue share and partner with your cable operators. Like that, we have more than 1,000 cable operators in India. So there are various ways to monetize it. You can take your content and put it together. We have a lot of satellite homes. So you can even partner with your satellite operator like a Tata Sky or an Airtel and distribute your content via that. What is a big change is the number of smart TV homes right now. We have so many smart TVs. We are already at 35 to 40 million smart TVs. What that means is, now again, if you have an animation series, and this can even apply to a game developer, you can distribute your game or your animation series via smart TV. You just have to create a fast TV app. An app on smart TVs is called Fast App. So you can quickly create that and distribute that across all your LG, Xiaomi, all your devices, and you can monetize that using revenue share or charge a subscription fee. So this is a good way to distribute your content or your game through smart TVs, and that's 35 million smart TVs. We know that every TV will become a smart TV in the next 5 years. So that means that we'll be touching base with almost 200 million smart TVs in the next 5 years. That's the distribution power you can use to distribute your game or your animation series. So what is an interesting fact that has happened last year is the box office success is seen in animation. So generally people look at series or short films as a way to monetization of animation series, but you can look at how you can make a film and use the box office. The barrier to theaters have become easier. Theatrical chains want to work with you on distributing your animation film. It may cost around $1 million, that is 8 to 10 crores to make an animation film. And right now, international movies have been killing it. You take an anime movie. Anime was not that popular back in the day, but now it is. Anime movie targeting to the youth, a Demon Slayer did a box office of more than 10 crores in India, which is a pretty big deal because your Hindi movies right now which are releasing are not even able to break 8 crores. Your Haiku, which was a volleyball anime film, broke again over 10 crores. Kung Fu Panda, even with what people are talking about the theatrical industry, did over 60 crores in India. Inside Out has been a legend right now in this last 3 weeks. They were the fastest animation movie in the world to break $1 billion in revenue. This is pure revenue. That means this IP itself will be valued over $10 billion. That is around 85,000 crores. In India itself, Inside Out 2 did over 100 crores. It's coming in the top 5 film bracket in the country. So there's a big potential to make your story into an animation film, partner with your PVR and Cinepolis and distribute via them. Even if you make 4 crores in the theaters, you can monetize it further via YouTube, OTT platforms, aggregators. So there's endless scope. And obviously international distribution. So, this is where I'm going to next is the co-production and distribution opportunity that you can have. For your animation IP, you just don't need to co-produce it, just need to produce it yourself. You can look for co-production partners across the world. The beauty about animation is you can look at partners everywhere, not just India. And you can, not just one co-producer, you can look at 3, 4 co-producers, different countries, create an exciting film, and again, distribute that via multiple theatrical releases by multiple OTT platform distribution or OTT aggregators. So, which I was talking about before, the distributed platforms that you could use is your CTVs, connected TVs, that is your Xiaomi, LG, your Samsung smart TVs. They're doing good ad revenue share. A lot of the studios are anyway going on it. You can use your cable operators and your satellite operators to distribute your content and simultaneously release it in multiple markets. This could apply for both theatrical or for series. So just to summarize overall what I was talking about, we have the fastest growth of internet right now with 700 million internet users and more 700 million to come. The per capita expense of everyone has been increasing. So for you guys, if you're building a game, good chance to monetize on transaction-based revenue and subscription-based revenues. For even, as you can see by OTT platform, which is a subscription-based, their revenue has been slowly growing and more subscriptions have been adding up. For games also similarly, this could be a potential. Entire world is right now looking at distributing their games to India just to monetize it further. So instead of making international gaming IPs bigger here, we should make domestic IPs which we create right here in Kerala bigger. So we are seeing a big investment also in gaming IPs increase with the Nazaras and Jet Synthesis of the world. We are seeing seen a 200% increase in investment in the last 2 years. Like I was saying, your PlayStation and your Xbox have been giving grants. So that is one of the main reason why we have over 100 big console IPs coming in the next 4 years. The theatrical releases, the barrier is gone right now, so it's easier to release theatrical films. We can get back the era of 2014 where we made 80 to 100 crores from a Punjabi film, which was not even possible back in the day. Easy distribution through OTT aggregators. If you have a series, definitely do try that. That will help you grow it further. What is interesting is the change in comics also right now. The rise of webtoons has been phenomenal. Digital comics have taken a ride in India. These are Korean comics and Japanese comics through their digital editions, so digital aggregation platforms. They are growing like anything. We have seen a growth in traffic by almost 50 times in the last 4 years. So if you have a comic, you can create a series online, let people read it on advertising revenue share. There are even comic book apps who will distribute your comic. There's Pratilipi comic, which has already 10 million downloads. So you can distribute your comic via that. Pocket FM, which is one of the biggest audio platforms, is launching their comic book app soon. So if you have a comic book, you should definitely talk to them because you could monetize by making a comic book into an audio book and also distribute via their comic platform. So this could be a way to do that, but we are seeing a lot of excitement about comic book industry. The VFX and animation industry, there has been a massive revival, especially because of the content space and projects coming from internationally. So, you could definitely look at that by using the current incentives provided by the Ministry of Information and Broadcast and working with other international countries. CTVs as a revenue source I've mentioned, that's been seen a growth. So these are overall to summarize digital comics are having a good time with a big distribution network of your internet audience. So partner with comic book aggregators, launch your own comics. What story you had before this time, unlike 10 years ago, you can monetize them actually much more easier to the whole world. So it's an exciting time for being in the AVGC-Xr industry. So one thing, what has been another good thing that's been growing is anime, because we did a stats on that there are around 100 million anime watchers in India, and that is a big space to be in. So Animation Express is a company we have been working with anime platforms, getting them and launching them in India. Anime Times being one of them, they are the leading along with Control OTT platform. So you could look at getting into this space by learning how the 2D animation of anime art style works, because anime companies are looking at distributing their projects to India. So it's a good time to learn the anime art style. So you could work on the anime projects because that's the market which is still showing growth, especially in the animation ecosystem. Anyone has any questions until then regarding animation, VFX, comics, or gaming? Yeah. So comic industry, you mean the print or the digital side? Digital side, it's still nascent, but we are seeing that around 40 to 50 million internet readers of comic book. These are through pirated sites mostly. Like you have these Korean and Japanese pirated websites. That's where majority of readership is coming. But we do have, apps like Pratilipi Comics. They have 10 million downloads already. Toon Sutra, which is part of Graphic India, they just got 1 million downloads. So we are seeing these webtoon reach very high right now. So good space to be in because you could make your IP further into animation, games, whatever into it. And that will show further growth. Yeah. Events. Events. So like I was saying, if you are an animation artist, do learn the anime art style because you will have a big scope of potential work. Yeah. So So yeah, a lot of anime companies are doing activations in India. They're trying to reach a mass audience because I was saying there's 100 million anime fans here. So Fusion is one of the activations which Anime Times is doing across all over India, and there are leading anime platforms. So Animation Express is their consulting partner where we're helping them grow further in India. So these are just some social media posts of what they came to India and they interacted with anime fans. Anybody likes anime? Anybody watches anime here? Very good. A lot of anime fan. What is your favorite anime? Yes. Death Note. Wow. Yes. One Piece. Yeah, One Piece is my all-time favorite too. What is yours? One Piece. Yours? Attack on Titan. So Anime Times was the first to launch Attack of Titan in India. It's available on Prime Video. So yeah, young adult content of anime is becoming popular. So again, if you're an animation studio, you should target creating that content because we are seeing the change even in the broadcaster's perspective. Disney, Turner, that's Pogo Carnival, they're all looking at an older age group content, unlike before, which was only preschool content like Chota Beam. Now they're looking at older age group content also. So there's a big scope of growth there, especially. So that was all about the data. Anybody has any further questions regarding the animation, VFX, gaming industry, or comics? Let me know. So there are certain events that you can enter to understand a bit more. There is a event called MGN Metaverse Gaming Esports NFTs to get a better idea on the gaming space where you can come and showcase your game and network with the industry. There are awards like the GEM Awards, which are focused on gaming esports meta awards. If you have created a prototype of a game or you have actually built a game, you should definitely participate. It's similar to the Game Awards, which happens in the US. The format is the same, and it's done on a big scale with all the esport influencers and gaming content creators coming there. So this is one image of it where you have the top esport influencers being present there. There were a lot of Kerala-based gaming companies also being recognized in the previous year. This other event that you could attend is the VFX and More Summit is, come and meet your VFX and post-production companies and cinematographers because in the end, cinematographers are the ones who, are working closely with the VFX supervisor. So these are places where you can meet cinematographers, VFX companies and post-production companies. You have around 200 companies coming there from across India and globally. So again, this is a red carpet gala for the VFX industry. So if you have done some good VFX work, definitely participate in the VAM Awards. It's a big with a lot of press, media coming and media coverage coming. So you can get recognized for what you have done and showcase yourself to the world at heart that yes, you have done this project and you are the hidden gem from here. So there's also initiatives like EduSpark, which is more on the education perspective, where there's conference and awards again recognizing education institutes, because what we have to do is we have to also keep standards of education in India, especially in the animation VFX gaming space, so that companies can get the right profiles that they want. So this is the place where we have companies and education institutes together and talk about what they can do, and how they can incorporate better service and facilities so they get the right professionals. So again, EduSpark Awards aims to recognize the same thing, so that we have the right institutes which have been discovered and recognized, so the industry could see them and students could get the right education that they want. And finally is the animation summit. So that's again more on the purely on the animation ecosystem, where you can meet network broadcasters and OTT platforms and studios who could be interested in your being your co-partners. So that's a place where they should definitely go and network and learn about the animation industry a bit better, how you can do it. So you can also meet your theatrical chains. Like I was saying, animation in theater business is doing very well. We anime films made around 200 crores entire year in the box office. So it doesn't cost much to make a movie, and you can monetize them in 10 different ways and make a big IP. This is the Anne Awards, which again is aims to recognize the best animation practices from service work to IPs. We started as an IP only award, then grew to service work, and it's become very big in scale. We have international companies also participating and all the broadcasters. So definitely get yourself recognized. And this also recognizes the individual people, from a compositor to your modeler to your lightning artist to everyone possible in the space. So this time we're having some pitch. So if you have a story, any idea, you can come and pitch to a handful of studios and get your story made into a film. So that's the goal, that we can help facilitate anyone with a good story and meet studios and get your project come for global scale or domestic scale. So how can we help? We, as we said, that we are a leading news portal. Like the stats which I gave you regarding the animation, gaming, VXFX industry, we can definitely help you with that information. We can help promote your companies across domestic and globally, because it's important that the work that you're doing gets recognized in the entire industry, and they come to know that what you're doing and what you're capable of. So those projects can come to Kerala, because the studios which are present are fantastic. The talent is fantastic. We have a big amount of creative professionals here which could work with the world at heart. So we could help you get exposure globally also through going participating events like MIPCOM and MIP Junior, Gamescom Asia, whatever you want to work on, from animation, VFX, even CGraph for the VFX and post-production side. We can help you connect with the right companies through our B2B network. We have helped companies sell their animation IPs to different broadcast networks, and we have helped them syndicate their stories to different aggregators also. So we can help you similarly with that. And if you're looking at recruiting and showcasing your company profile, we can help using a website, ScreenHub. So, that's about it, that we are a news portal and we are here to help being your communication, to be your mouthpiece for the industry. And do reach out to us if there's anything you want to share with us, anything exciting, your new launch, your new product, your new game, your new IP, do let us know, your new comic. Thank you.
So actually, like we were listening to AVGC-Xr, right? You might have got an understanding on what are the keywords there. But Fireboard, it is something that we want to see, like how actually we could help you. So how many of you are here who has an idea to create a story or movie or animation or anything of that sort and want to do a pitch? How many of you are here that who want to pitch? Like you have seen, like there is a pitch event that is coming in. Is there anyone who confidently say that I have an story and I want to pitch? Is there anyone? Yes, one. How many are there? Only one? Any story in your mind that two? You have your story, right? What is it? Please. Who can tell you about that? Is we have some people here who had actually done some publishing at the schools. Please come. He did the publishing. Who did the story? Yeah, please come here. Come forward. Yeah, please come. You also, both of you come. So these people are mostly like creative people are introverts. They want to get to their own shells and do their creative work there. But please come, please come. Come, come. You just come, man. Yeah. Ada. You also come. So what is your book? A book no. Yeah. So which standard you are studying?
Right now I'm in ninth.
So he's studying in 9th standard.
My, the book I created was The Last Bullet. And yeah.
The Last Bullet. Can you tell your story in like one line or pitch your idea?
So like there's this like gun which only has one bullet, and like if you shoot someone with it, the person gets killed, but then the person you killed will get swapped souls with you, and then they'll be stuck with that body they killed.
So you don't want to pitch it? So he has his assistant who will make the decisions for him. Yeah. So assistant, yeah.
It was done as a school project. So in his 8th class, he was asked to do something. I mean, the entire class was asked to do something which is not related to the academics. So since he's watching and consuming a lot of anime content, so it has to be something to do with their passion. So he decided to come up with the product. So you have to come up with your product, not just the drawing. So his product was the published work that he released. So it was published by a Chennai-based publisher, and it was launched at Dasti School of Storytelling at Kinfra, and he got an outstanding award in his school as one of the best projects.
So we have a few more people to introduce. So there is Deepak, Manumash. Manumash, please come forward. So there are some people like മലയാളത്തില് കാത്തു പൂപ്പി മഞ്ചാടി ഇതൊക്കെ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആരെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ? ഇതിന്റെ ക്രിയേറ്ററിനെ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Let's welcome Manuvash. He's the one whose videos are like 100, 150, 200 million views. Manuvash,
Hello everyone. Manjari. I know Kathu, Manjari and Pupi is it's a great excitement for you. But probably you are seeing me for the first time. Because I really prefer to be behind the scene, behind the curtain, right? So my journey started, actually I was a journalist basically. I was in the Financial Express. Later I came to journalism teaching. Then
he's another introvert.
Then I joined my brother's company. We formed the Hibiscus Digital Media. I became and we brought out a lot of titles like Manjadi, Kathu and Pupi. These are all original creations. Kathu and Pupi and Banu and Bablu. These are my original creations actually. Manjadi is a retelling of stories. So that was the journey. Then later, some 5 years ago, when Deepak joined Hibiscus, we started to create certain books for preschool children. Actually, that was our plan A, and this comic was plan B. But we thought that we want more people to work on little books and preschool children, books for preschool children. Then for comics, only 2 of us needed to bring out a book. So it's also a very cheap alternative to animation. So we came from animation to comics, actually. Just like seeing things in a very different way. So we can, it's an experience because we could bring experience in animation as well as our storytelling. That's how Battle of Winds was born. And the journey continues.
So നിങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട കാത്തുവിനെ കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടോ? Anything that you want to ask him? Eh? Any questions? Question. ചോദിക്ക്. മഞ്ചാടി ഇപ്പൊ കാണുന്നില്ല.
Manjari is there because they are streaming in YouTube. No. See, I am doing the Manjari 5. Presently, I am scripting that.
മഞ്ചാടി സ്റ്റുഡിയോയുടെ
Studio Hibiscus Digital Media. Hibiscus Digital Media. Hibiscus. Our studio is really Pava. Our studio is called Pava Creative Studios.
So there is one more person that I want to introduce. His name is Deepak. So he's an artist, and on the last Sharjah Book Festival, they have launched one book, which is called Battle of the Winds, and it gained a lot of traction, lot of news, because it was one of the most selling books at that Sharjah Festival. And we normally dream to do things within our purview, but we want to create a global movie or global web series out of what they have built, and I just want to introduce Deepak.
Hi. Okay. So I basically started my career as a classical animator. Uh, we don't have computers back in those days, so we used to do in paper and pencil. So I am proud to say that I'm the last among the classical generation of animators. So after that, our main passion is like we both work together. He's my working partner. So being storytellers, he is actually one who is fascinated in telling stories, like writing stories. My side is like, visuals and all, and we both are actually great Asterix fans and all. So so we actually created the Battle of Wind series as a tribute to the legends Goscinny and Letudoso, and basically it's about the story of our Peppa, our Kerala, our India, and it's about a quest of spice trade. It's about the war that happened in the Mediterranean in the 1400s between the Europeans and the Arabs. So a lot of characters, a lot of stuff. So our plan is to bring almost like a 16-book series. We just completed the first book, and at the same time, like they all said, the single book will be like a season of episodes. So that's how we can convert the comic books into series and later on into movies and all. So comic books, basically, as of now, we represent the comic book. Comic book is actually a mother of projects. She can give birth to anything like. So thank you for listening, and let's have a small snippet of our product. This is our comic book, and surprisingly, this is not in sale in India right now, because we are planning a worldwide release.
The quality of the book you can see.
It's actually selling in Middle Eastern regions and all, not right now, before the COVID and all. So this is the product. We're actually going for the relaunch with the game. We are partnering with TILTLABS. We started working on the gamification part and all. So yeah, enjoy the sound on that.
1450. A war broke out on the high seas. A hunt began for a man and his maps. Winds of greed and an armada of ships chased after him to find out the mysterious spice lands. But he came with the winds of trust against the arrows and fire. All for a big game. Savior of the sailors, enemy of the pirates.
Couple more people. So you can see like the quality of products that is coming from our state. So we have been consumers of all these things for a long period. And as of now, it is time for us to step up and build IPs that can take towards a global scope. And is the Ranjit Ramanujam there? Please come to the stage. So we were talking about AVGC-Xr, and the person who actually helped everyone to set up that policy, who wrote that policy, is Mr. Ranjit Ramanujam in Kerala.
All right, I just rushed in, but I heard all the presentations on my way here. Uh, Starting from the latest, the two gentlemen who spoke, uh, we always say that we were the front runners in IT, but in terms of numbers, employment or revenues, we haven't reached where we should have reached in the 25 years. You know, the ecosystem should apologize to the two gentlemen who spoke before us, because we met them first, or at least I met and some of the others met them first about 3 weeks ago at a dinner. And what we felt was, you know, they shared some numbers with regard to what they did in terms of business, etc. And we thought, you know, had there been a better ecosystem here, they would have conquered a significant pie of the world from here. So that's a clear lack of ecosystem, but then with this policy and enabling ecosystem that would follow, we think we'll do justice to people like them who would inspire many more artists to come forward. Like I said, if you look at the policy, it's a 54-pager. Half of it, 27 pages, is set aside to say why there is an opportunity for an amazingly thriving ecosystem here. It's only 27 pages form the actual incentive part. 27 pages are set aside to say why it is so important to have an ecosystem based out of here. It is all to do with art, culture, even the political environment in the state. Not many states can boast of political environment which actually would. I'm not talking about stability, left, right, etc., etc., etc. The way this discourse has evolved in the state. So there are many, many such reasons. So better late than never. We actually hope that, you know, this takes off well, and the target is to create 50,000 jobs. Yeah. We'll get started in a couple of months is what we think. We'll look forward to everybody's support in patronizing this. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And when Nikhil was speaking, he was talking about a dinosaur game, right? So we have Jobin here, and he's working on another dream project. He actually want to let him talk about it. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Jobin. So I'm co-founder of a gaming studio out of Kerala. We're working on a AA title. It's called Alien of Ancients. It's basically what is the objective is, it's a first IP. So what we're trying to do is civilize the Jurassic world. Like how will humans behave if they were dinosaurs? So that is the basic idea. So you are born as a baby dinosaur. You have objectives, skills to attain, you grow. Then you make a pack, then you become the alpha or matriarch. So we are gender neutral that way. So, and you have like degenders, you have territories that you can mark. Then there are live ops, like there is a flooding, you have to migrate with your clan and stuff like that. So we are looking for a Q4 release into PC. Then later we are going to Xbox Game Pass. So that's the whole objective. That was a snippet that you saw. So that's what, and we are a Epic Game Mega Grand recipient, and we are also part of STP and different cohorts. So the basic, yeah. So this is a basic snippet of the world, the creature. It's fishing. So it's called Irritator. This dinosaur is called Irritator. It's actually a name found in Brazil, and it's one of the mid-sized dinosaurs. So this is everything is in game. Whatever you're seeing is We have created even the grass blades to everything. So this is basically their nesting, trying to lay eggs. So there is a laying eggs. You can create your offsprings. Offsprings will be other players who will be joining the server. So it's an open world multiplayer survival simulation. So it's going to be an 12 into 12 kilometer big map with 7 different kinds of biomes and all sort of stuff. Yeah. So this is what. So yeah, I quit my finance job because I found it boring and started. Uh, I created a gaming company with my other friends, and that was a journey. Now we have 3 years into it, and it's been fun. So yeah, I'm been part of new. So who all want to do something in gaming or love gaming or love to create? Creators in here. Anybody wants to create and do something in gaming? Yeah. So this is one recent thing by Nikhil Kamath with Nazara together, working together. So WTF fund is basically, gaming, the biggest challenge for any creator you're going is the money to prototype. So you want a prototype. Nobody is going to give you money or funding without a prototype. So that initial 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs that you need to buy assets to prototype, that has been the biggest challenge. And that is something that they're trying to address here. 20 companies are going to get 20 lakhs grant. That is a grant. So today is the last date. If anybody wants to apply with an idea, you can apply. And also Crafton is another. Everybody has heard about PUBG, right? Crafton is the company that makes it. So it's a Korean company. They are working actively in India. Nidhi is the part of Crafton India incubator program. That is, if you have a prototype of a game, an idea to explain, a vision to sell, Crafton will incubate you, fund you 1.25 crores in milestone basis. You will have all the guidance from the Crafton Korea team. They will take the project, like what we say in startup, right? 0 to 1, 1 to 10. So they'll take it from 0 to 10. And if your project is good, they'll even publish it. So you'll get more funding and your dream of a studio comes to life. So they've already funded one game, one incubator from Nagaland. So they're looking at different geographies than traditional Bangalore or Mumbai. So you have cool ideas, you can always reach out to Nidhi through Craft and Gaming Incubator. Also another one is Epic. Epic is the largest entity, one of the largest entity in gaming. Epic Games is the parent entity of Unreal Engine, which we all use. So if you have a prototype, you can also apply to Epic Games for mega grant. You get up to $1 million for game development. So that is another thing. Yeah. So these are the stuff. So these are what we do. So with Dibuchetan, Nikhil and all, we started this AVGC Mu Play. So we want to play more, create more, and have a pathway where we'll have our creative engineers building games. Because I was telling to somebody, when you see a AAA game, in the credits, you will always see a Nair and a Menon who will be working with the AAA studio in US as senior gameplay programmer or something. So I know personally 3 to 4 people who are Malayalis who are working for Last of Us, Naughty Dog, and these are people at the top end of the game. Like, but they had the access to the pathway. Like they went to US, did a masters, got an internship and stuff. So what we're trying to do here is that create that pathway where we'll see a lot of us, our people going and creating games than doing services. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jovan. So, how many gamers are here? Very active gamers. Okay. So, are you aware of Mu Play? So you are part of New Play already. So we have launched something called New Play for gamers. So we normally consider gamers are nuisance, right? They lack social skill. They work in silos and they are wasting their time. Are you a gamer? No. Okay. Yes. So actually the gamers are the one who are getting prepared for facing the future, because putting you into a situation where you cannot predict what happened next and thinking and critically thinking and solve the problems. That is what happens there, right? And in your education system, what happens? You have to memorize and write the examinations. And this information, what is available for free in Google, and right now, ChatGPT or Copilots synthesize it for you, or agents that do all those things. Is there a need for that rote memorization? Is there a need? So the need is to not for memorization. It is called something called fluid intelligence. The memory-based thing is called fixed intelligence. Okay. So it is no more the game for fixed intelligence. It is the time for fluid intelligence. So things keep on changing drastically, and what you have to do is to look into what is happening there, read or understand what is happening, and adapt to that change. And gamers are the one who are actually practicing for the future. But are they aware of the opportunities that is available for them? Esports has become a professional career for many people. Esports, like just like in like cricketer, footballer, it's a professional career. Second one, you guys are the one who are capable of thinking about building new games. So MuPlay is being created to help you guys come forward and compete with games initially, play games more, and eventually start building. So for game development and all those things, and everything happens for like free knowledge sharing. That is whatever you want, you find your tribe, connect, and then start building. Okay. So as we said, like what is the full form of AVGC-Xr? That is first question I want. What is A? Animation. VFX, right? So you know that in movies today, the most of the amount is spent for VFX. So it is the technology part, but it is for the creative people, right? Animation is for the creative people, right? Then G, gaming. Gaming is something that very creative that you have to be, right? Then C, comics. XR, extended reality, right? How many of you have seen or used Vision Pro? How many of you have used Experience Vision Pro? Okay. So those who want to experience, we will have a session after this. So Vision Pro is there because you want to see like what the extended reality opportunities are. Until then, you could never realize what are its possibility, because spatial computing is going to be one big opportunity out there, and building for extended reality, and all those things are for creative people. So we say like when we are studying in college, always people say like you have to be a coder, and we have an IT industry here in the state. You see, like we are going to get agents that will actually generate code, right, and deploy it. So it is not just the IT is not just the space. There is a space for creative people also, but it is not equally respected. When you come up with some creative stuff and all those things, it is just a hobby. But you have to get to a job in IT, maybe even call center. You are calling and talking to people. That itself is much respected. But if you are telling like I want an artist, I want to go with that, I want to create a movie, I want to create an animation series, that is not normal here or accepted here. So that is where Kerala government has come up with a policy for AVGC-Xr, which actually want to have equal importance to creative people, just as we give for logical brains or the IT people. Because that is often ignored. That is the reason why they have a separate AVGC-Xr policy when there is already an IT policy for the state. Okay, so this is going to create a huge opportunity because there are different types of grants that is coming. You have listened to Nikhil, and also there is a center of excellence that is going to happen there, where all these people will be able to get a lot of jobs here, because The problem is like we do not have much creative companies here. And then we cannot get a job or take it as a career. But the point here is, one is that there is a lot of jobs that is coming in, but the point here is, it is not just about jobs. It's about creating your own IPs. We are just consumers of the IP that is created abroad. But don't you think that we can create such IPs from Kerala, which can go global? But most of the times, we do not even know that there is an opportunity there. How many of you have seen 1983 movie, cricket? So you know that a person who plays local cricket, he always belongs to the local category, and only when he go to play district or state or just getting prepared for professional cricket, he can become a professional cricketer. How much skill you have, it doesn't matter. You would never reach there until you get exposed to the opportunities out there. And this AVGC-Xr segment was just to give you awareness on what is out there. Bring people who are there, that is Animation Express is here, that is who has built a lot of contacts and connects across the globe, because they started in 2004. When there was how many animation companies? 8 animation companies, they started it, and today it is 1800 plus companies. So all those growth, they were there together with that path. So they are here to help you. That is, you want to have a right connect. If you have a good idea, that is, you should be able to pitch to the right person. Nikhil is there, that is, we have the Mu Play, we have the movie, that is a movie club. Well, if you have an idea, if you want a script writer, find the similar interest people and start building it. Government is coming with the fund. So there is a lot of opportunities. So all you have to do is to just expand the craft, and they said like they are willing to incubate you. Okay, so this is just like becoming aware of the opportunities, and this is just like the starting point. And if you want to move forward, listening this and all those things, you will forget, right? You have to build the network or connect. So Fireport 80 is all about networking. And after event is where the fund, beginning of the fund, right? After event, you have to find the people, that is who you want to talk, you just get connected and then build that network that would help you get to the right place. So somebody should be there to point you to the right person based on what you actually want, and that is what this network is all about. Okay? So thank you so much, and I would like to, yeah, Mu Play. So those who want to get into Mu Play, that is, you can scan this and join. So for the gamers, okay, gamers who are not in there, so anything that you want to say?
So it's not only for gamers, it can be game developers, those who want to publish and by connecting with the game developer, those who want to learn publishing or they want to learn development or create game arts. So for gaming community, maybe you will be a game player who induces in esports. This is for all gamers. So you can join and be part of it and contribute to it. Thank you.
So it's time for us to officially conclude. And how many of you are here for the first time of Fireport 80? How many are here for the first time? Okay. So Fireport 80 is something that started in which year? 2013, when we started this office, when we created this office, because we didn't have a space for people to come together and network. And everywhere you have to pay. So we want knowledge to be transmitted for free, because there should not be that knowledge hoarders. So anything that I know, I have to teach others, and that is the only way our culture can improve. Our people can progress. So to create that, we started something called Fireport 80, and this is called the Floor of Madness. And this is the 117th edition, I think. That is for every month, first Wednesdays, we used to meet here. And during the COVID time, we didn't want to go online because it is about coming together and connecting people. So we just had a break and then we continued. Yeah, and it is almost, we had the Transcend India celebrating the 11th anniversary. So every month, normally it happens in first Wednesdays. You just come here at 5 p.m. we talk about last month technology happening as well as one trending topic. So Bitcoin, blockchain and all those things we talked in 2015-16. I think at that time it was 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees. Okay. So this LLMs and all those things, that is before ChatGPT itself, that is we have been talking about that. So always we just focus on things that is there for the future so that you can be prepared for that. And after this 11 years of journey, I see like this is the time where we can actually make use of all these network and all these learnings and take it forward for the global scope. Because each and everything is getting disrupted today. AI is making a lot of change. All the jobs, workplace, everything is going to be changing. And the people who can learn fast and adapt the change is the one who are going to survive. And we are fast learners. So instead of getting to a company that is or just aspiring for like a job alone, like you should also have to think like whether you can create your own IP and build things and take it to the global scope. And there is a support network or a system that is available here. So we have to make use of that. Okay. Thank you so much. And I would like to invite the FAYA Policy Committee, Harris and Erald. Yeah. So every month, like at FAYA, there will be a committee who will be taking care of the these activities because they are FAYA is actually a vertical SaaS product company which is out of US. It has nothing to do with this field right now. This is just like we are helping out in the community building. So, and I would like to invite them to hand over a small token of appreciation for Nikhil, Mishaal, and Neha. Please come. So let's give a big round of applause because you flew from Ahmedabad, right? So she flew from Ahmedabad, you from? So he came from Mumbai, all the way just to meet you and share you that what are the opportunities. So give them. And Nikhil is always here. That is, he's actually acting as the backbone for the AVGC-Xr sector in Kerala. Like he is building a huge community along with Mulan, and I hope like in next 1 year we will actually see the result coming in. We have been exploring and doing things for a long period, and it is right now the time for us to start doing it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Neha. Yeah. So, yes. So Mishaal. And we can officially conclude which edition? 117th edition of FAYA Board 18. And those who have urgency, feel free to leave, and those who want to stay back. Okay, okay. So we can have a final photo session with the speakers together before we leave. And then after that, you can continue to stay back and network because that is what FAYA Port 80 is. Any other questions?